Hello and welcome to another instructional video. This time we are going to be making a flower. Now, if you've been like me, been making balloons a while, we make lots and lots of flowers, okay? Finding something that's slightly different can always be a challenge because you don't want to be making the same model over and over again at the same party. So using the sort of concept of the loops, I thought, you know what, I bet we can make a nice flower. So what we're going to do is we're going to take any colour, okay, ideally not green, but any colour. This is going to be part of the pot. We're going to do a pinch twist and a 4-finger loop. If you watch the other videos, this is all very, very similar. Okay, that goes to one side. We then take our green, we wrap it into that pinch twist, okay? Because what we need to do is we need to change colour. Yeah, so we're going to do a spacer bubble. This is the bubble that will sit inside of this point here. Okay, so this is about 2 fingers. Yeah, you can check it, make sure it's going to sit in there nicely, which it is, which then obviously brings it this way. Bring it back out. We're going to do 2 loops, about 3 fingers, okay? So 1 and 2. So we have a little tiny sword almost, okay? But it's not. We're going to push that spacer bubble into the bottom, which then brings this here. We make sure our stalk sticks like there. We're going to come up, yeah, and we're going to decide how long our flower is going to be. I quite like the shorter style flower on this, yeah, so I'm going to go about there, yeah, but before we do that, yeah, we need to take a scrap, put it through that join between the spacer bubble and the 2 other bits, 2 petals, and just have them dangling out there for now. That's going to be our tie point, okay? You could take this off and use this as the scrap, yeah? Let's face it, we only used a little tiny bit of it. But I had a pile of scraps instead, yeah, so I've used that, okay? But imagine I used the bit I've just left off, yeah? So we've got that, okay? We then are going to make a very basic flower. So using our hands, we're going to make some small petals, probably about 2 fingers. We don't want this being a huge flower, yeah, because the stalk's quite small. We're going to want it on a headband, we're going to want it on your wrist, yeah, or something like that. So it doesn't want to be overpowering in size. Here we go. I think 5 petals are more than adequate. You can see there, that's how we're going to make the flower. We're going to take a scrap of yellow with a little tiny bit at the end, yeah, and we're going to add our centre of our flower. We're then going to get rid of this part, lower that down, tie it, because we don't want it going down. We don't want any return customers coming back going, my balloon's gone down. Tie that off, clean it up, decide how long our balloon's going to be, give it a little tiny shock twist, and at the end of that shock twist, yeah, we are going to just deflate this, tie it off. Well, that little tiny bit of shock, you can see there, it just changes the direction of it. So when we then put the flower on the front, the flower's going to sit there and not like there, okay? I personally prefer that. We're going to grab it and we're going to pull that scrap through there, tidy this end off. So we have that, Okay, looking good if I don't say so myself. Take the scraps from the flour, bring them down, get that spacer bubble inside the pot. Okay, take the flour base that we've been using for all the other models. So all that is 6 petal like that, yeah, but 6 petal can sit nicely on a headband or on someone's wrist. Grab this, got these ends, pulling them tight, and we're going to pull them really tight into the base, okay? Because this is what's going to keep the models where it needs to be. Position everything all nice. Give that a little bit more of a bend down. And you can see there, yeah, if I use these 2 scraps and just tie them together quickly. Like so. Tidy this off. We can put that on a wrist, and it's a beautiful little flower in a pot. There you go. Like I say, put it on a headband. Yeah. You know, add that scrap. I don't know if I look like Bill and Ben, the flower pot men. Maybe. What do you think?